Hello everybody and welcome to Jumputi Heroes. My name is Scarface King. This is going to be a quick news video to go over the stuff that we have learned. If you have been watching on Twitter, on Discord, whatever, you'll probably already know this already, but we're going to go into a bit more detail here. Basically, we know Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. That event will start this week. It will be starting on the 30th of October, which is obviously what day is it? Wednesday. And before that, on the 29th at 8 o'clock JST, we're going to be having a live stream of the Jumputi information desk, and they're going to be talking about the Part 4 event, revealing some details that we probably don't already have. And there's also going to be some discussion because they've been allowing people to send in questions for the dev team and to, you know, basically share their thoughts and stuff like that. And there's also a retweet campaign, but not really a retweet campaign. It's people that are tweeting with certain hashtags. That is going to contribute towards a set goal for number of tweets. They want to hit 5,000 tweets with these particular hashtags, which you'll be able to see in a banner thing I put on the screen. And that is within the space of 30 minutes. So between 8:10 and 8:40 on the day of the stream, they want to hit that many tweets during the stream. And if we hit 5,000, we'll get 5 Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Gacha tickets, which, if I understood the information correctly, is a Gacha ticket where the 3 stars and 4 stars will be the normal pool, but the 5 stars will only be Jojo's Bizarre Adventure units. So, very good chance of getting a Jojo character. And that includes some new Jojo characters as well. So, something to get excited about. Let's talk about the new stuff. The stuff that we shouldn't know yet. We have the Jojo Part 1 and 2 Gacha. It's standard 345 format. And it's got the two Part 2 Gacha units and the 1 Part 1 Gacha unit. All 5-star. If you pull a 5-star, it's going to be one of those 3. They're 3 pretty decent units. It might be worth doing. If you're a Jojo fan and you missed out on that, it might be worth doing. There is also a Stardust Crusaders sale pack. If you missed out on this event and you haven't had any of these units, this is actually a pretty good ticket to pull on. It's 3,060 yen for 750 rubies and a Stardust Crusaders Gacha ticket that guarantees you one of the 4 Avdol, Jotaro, Kakyoin, and Old Joseph. Now, something I should point out, the Part 4 banners that are going to be in this event all include the Stardust Crusaders. So, if you're going to do this ticket, do it either A, because you're not going to pull on those banners, or B, because you've already pulled on those banners and you haven't pulled any Stardust Crusaders and you still want them. So, something to consider. Now, the Part 4 stuff. We have the Prologue Event, which is just clear the event so that you can unlock the other stages in the event. It's Kishibe Rohan's adventure. These stages, you just clear them and you go on with the rest of the event. The People of Morioh Town is an event where you collect points and you trade them in for rewards. This seems to be a hybrid of the Kenshin style points event, where we were collecting Rurouni Kenshin points to get rewards from missions. This also has a community aspect where you're collecting points in order to get goals for the whole community. So you get the individual missions for you doing it yourself, and then as a community we need to collect enough points to hit certain goals. But on top of that, these points can be used to get copies of Koichi, get copies of Kira, and to buy certain things from the store, including Spaghetti alla Puttanesca, which is a special consumable item that acts as a scroll for all 3 skill levels. I think we had an item like that before for Naruto. It was like a ramen item or something like that. Same thing here. Very nice items to have. I don't know how many they're going to let us have, but hopefully a few at least. Now we have we have an event that made things a little bit tricky for me during the data download. Seize This Great Chance is an event where you clear it once a day and you get rewards. Just like every event has had one of these, clear an event once a day and you get rewards. But this event in particular also gives lottery tickets, and the lottery tickets has a letter or a number, so A to Z or 1 to 9, and there is some kind of a lottery aspect where you can win prizes. What those prizes are, we don't know. What you need to do with your tickets, we don't know. But something with something with that, something with lottery tickets. Seeing this banner image, unfortunately, this does seem to confirm that Shigechi is probably going to be sitting out from this event. I'm sorry for any of his fans, but that's just how it is. Now, catastrophe class event. Yoshikage Kira just wants a quiet life. I think... I don't know what to think, because as you can clearly see, he has a catastrophe class costume, but it's just an aura. I think... I don't think I'm the only one that thought that Kosaku Kira as a costume for Yoshikage Kira made so much sense. They've decided not to do that. I don't... I guess they've got another stage planned for him. Potentially, that version of Kira could be a limited gacha unit later down the line. There's a lot of ways they could go with this. But the thing that confuses me is, I'm pretty sure there's a very good chance there is a limited Jotaro hiding in this event. We haven't talked about the gacha units here, but there's a very good chance there's a limited Jotaro hiding that we don't know about yet. And remember this. If they don't announce a limited Jotaro on the stream, that does not mean it is not coming. They do this all the time where they keep something hidden during the stream so that you spend all your rubies and then BAM, it hits you. So, in theory, that Jotaro should be countering this Kira. And then the limited Josuke should be countering Kosaku Kira. So, I mean, that doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know what's going to happen, but just bear in mind, there is potential for a limited Jotaro. So if that's something that might interest you, like a watch Jotaro or something like that, save your rubies until a little bit later in the event, until we're absolutely sure before you do your summons. That's my personal advice. So we have the first gacha. This is the only side gacha that's been announced so far. It hasn't been announced. It's the only side gacha we've found so far. But there are going to be 3 side gachas. Side A, Side B, Side C. Presumably, we know that Side A is Jotaro. We know that Side A is Josuke, so we're assuming that Side B will be Okuyasu and Side C will be Kishibe Rohan, which are the 3 new gacha units for Part 4. So that logically makes sense, and it's the same format as the Rurouni Kenshin event. Those characters are set to the banners with a massive rate up. So if you're pulling on this particular banner, you'll have a rate up of all Jojo characters, but you'll have a super rate up of Josuke. So it's your best chance to get Josuke, and on the 5th multi you get a guaranteed Josuke. Very nice setup in my opinion, and they'll do that for each of the 3 new characters. Personally, at the moment, if I'm only pulling on one banner, it's the Okuyasu rate up. Personally, for me, but Kishibe Rohan if I'm doing 2, and then Josuke would be my 3rd. And the only reason I say that, I do love Josuke as a character. It's just that because there's a limited, it kind of pulls value away from the gacha unit quite a lot. And there's always a chance I could pull him on one of the other banners because he will be on there. He just won't be super rate up. He'll just be normal rate up. And I do wonder, potentially, you know, if they could have done 4 sides the same way they did with Rurouni Kenshin, and we could have had another Jotaro. But I think the problem is they've tried to steer away from making characters like beaten and bloody, and I think the only way you could have done 2 versions of Part 4 Jotaro is if you had one that was just Part 4 Jotaro, and then you had one that was Watch Jotaro who was completely beat to shit. So I don't think they're doing that. I think if we are getting a limited Jotaro, it will just look like Part 4 standard Jotaro, but it'll be Watch Jotaro. They just would have cleaned him up so he's not covered in blood, which is fine, I guess. I appreciate the enthusiasm they're putting into this event. They have said specifically they do apologise for how things were in October. You know, the content releases and the way the game was being worked on. Some fans were complaining, some fans were disappointed, some fans even disappointed going into Jojo, saying another Jojo story event. And this is only the second one, but the last one wasn't that long ago, so they're saying having this one so soon, for Jojo fans, they haven't had a time to save up. And for people that aren't Jojo fans, they're thinking, well, why is Jojo getting special treatment? So it's a bit confusing for some people. For me personally, I'm kind of enjoying it, but you know, I like Part 4. I like the feeling of Morioh Town. I think it makes for a great setting for a feature festival, and I'm hoping they kind of push the boundaries a little bit with this event, with some of the things that they haven't announced yet, or I say announced, leaked yet. So we'll see what happens with the live stream, but at least for now, the gacha looks okay. I think Okuyasu has the best sprite out of the three in my opinion, but then again, we haven't seen Kishibe Rohan animated, and his has quite a lot of detail, so that could be quite good. For me, Josuke, like, his sprite is growing on me, but I think out of the 4 JoJos, I think it's the weakest of the 4 in terms of sprites. Something about the way it's drawn just doesn't quite capture... Like, it is Josuke, it is, but it's not... Jotaro was... That is Jotaro, you know, it was dead nailed on. And the same with Jonathan and the same with Joseph. So, for me, I think this is one of the weaker sprites. But when you look at all the other Part 4 sprites, they look so good. So, I'm very happy. We have the Koichi event, Believe in Me. You collect onomatopoeia and you use those to awaken, or evolve, sorry, Koichi into 6-star rarity. We're going to get him from the survey points thing, the same way we got Takane Megumi. No. Was it Takane Megumi? No, it was the alternate version of Hajime Saito. That's it. So, same way you got him, you're going to get the points. You're going to use those to get Koichi, and then you're going to clear this event to get his evolvers to evolve him to 6-star. From what I can tell, we're not going to get some like special Koichi that changes the different versions of the different acts of Echo as he goes up. But if they did do that, it would be very cool. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of Koichi as a character, but I think they've pretty much captured his, like, you know, weirdly short gremlin style, and I think that's fine. His sprite looks really good. It really does look really good. Then we have the Jojo ticket gacha, which I talked about before. All the Jojo characters are featured as the 5 stars. Very nice. And we're going to get a few of these tickets during this event. This is good. People complained in Part 3, we only got gold tickets. We didn't get Jojo tickets. And I think they hadn't worked out how to do event tickets when the series didn't have a 4-star or a 3-star. A simple answer would have just been to release a Jojo 4-star or 3-star, which you could definitely do for Part 4 at least. For Part 3, you could have come up with one, but for Part 4, there's definitely characters you could just have as a 3-star, 4-star. Even give them an Awakening event if you want to make them a 6-star. That's fine too. We have the Diamond is Unbreakable sale pack. This, as always, this is one of their go-to packs now, but I think this is one of the better packs. If you're not going to pull on any of these gacha, or, you know, I would say only if you're not going to pull on any of these gacha, or if you're going for the limited characters instead of going for the standard gacha units, then you can get 3,060 yen. It's going to cost you 3,060 yen for 750 rubies, and one of the 3 new Jojo units, guaranteed. This is a pretty tempting option if I wasn't going to be pulling. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do, but I think at the moment I'm thinking Okuyasu. We'll see. We have the Crazy Diamond is Unbreakable, the Josuke Higashikata limited gacha. The sprite looks good. It looks better than the other. I know all they've done is made him look angry, but I think it does look better simply because Crazy Diamond's sprite looks really good. I'm interested by this. Like I said, if they do release Jotaro and what he's going to look like and how he's going to play, because the last Jotaro is still very good. So if they release another limited Jotaro that is very good, that's going to be interesting. But you know, that's how it is. We also have in this information, which you might have seen it when I showed some panels before, we have confirmation that Akira is going to be a playable unit. He has an event, I believe it's a Transcendent class event, and Keicho, also a Transcendent class event. It is very possible we are also getting Yuya and Yukako. So that's potentially a very big event on our hands. We're looking at a lot of characters. If we do indeed get that Jojo, if we get another Ultimate or Catastrophe class event on top of that, like, there's potential here. There's a lot of potential here, and I'm pretty happy with it. From what I've seen so far, I'm pretty happy, assuming that what I've seen so far is not everything. Now, to put some context into things, what we've seen so far is the event information for day one of the event. Data downloads normally happen on a Thursday, the event starts on a Wednesday, so the information they needed to start the event on Wednesday before the data download on Thursday. So that's what we've seen. And if that's all we've seen and we've already got this much, I'm pretty happy. And it could go even further. So I'm hoping the Jojo fans are happy, because it does, I would say the sprites are broadly very satisfying, and I would say having a load of farmables is good. Having a lot of event stuff to do that's not necessarily farmables, but just like another thing to do during the event is nice. And I'm sure Akira is going to be a nice little challenge on top of that. Now, what's coming after that? Now, I'm still going to do my predictions in a week or two, talking about what I think is going to come at the end of November and at the start of December. But we have 3 new stages added to the files. One called Cliff, one called Castle Town, and one called Mount Fuji Burning Hell Spring. Now, this one is the easy one for me, because Mount Fuji Burning Hell Spring is a location from Sakigake Otokojuku, which is obviously one of the stages that is going to be added in the event for that series that they promised us, because they did win part of the survey. I say, did they win or did they come third? I don't remember, but they were one of the winners. And we've had more stuff for Assassination Classroom, we've had more stuff for the Prince of Tennis. Now it is time to get more stuff for Sakigake Otokojuku. Now for Cliff, the knee-jerk reaction, for myself at least, was that Cliff was a clear sign we were probably getting Yukako. And on top of that, the image they've been using to talk about the event has had a picture of Yukako in it. So, does that mean she's coming? I don't know. I'd like to think so, but they've pulled shit like this on me before, and I'm not getting involved. I'm just gonna say there is a Cliff stage. And for Castle Town, it's way more confusing. That could be like almost any series. There's so many different series that could be. If I had to put a guess down, I would say a lot of shit happens in a Castle Town in Black Clover. There are a lot of key battles and key character appearances in a Castle Town in Black Clover. So that would be my go-to, but there's so many different series it could be, so I'll just leave it at that. I'm saying it could be Black Clover. And with all of what we've seen, it's going... I'm going to talk about this more in length when I actually do my predictions video, but the end of the year is going to be very interesting, because I think October was a very strange month for them. And, you know, we got no Halloween stuff, but we're rolling straight into a massive Jojo event. Rurouni Kenshin, I feel like they stopped just one event short, or one stage short of making that a perfectly decent sized event. It was fine, it was okay, whatever. But then the second half of the month, while I think they tried a lot of things that I actually really liked, the end result I think was a little bit lackluster. Just because there were so few obtainable units, there were so few stages to get involved in, and yes, that did give an opportunity to go and farm some older stuff, which I am grateful for, but I think maybe too much time. Maybe too much extra time that wasn't necessarily needed. Like, they could have thrown another stage in for the ninja event. I think a lot of people are confused by the Gai Sensei Limited, because if you're going to make Gai Sensei Limited in a game like this, realistically, he should only be getting one, and that should be his final form fight against Madara. It should not be just Gai Sensei. So that gacha confused a lot of people. And also, if you're going for an event about ninja, to only add, like, well, realistically, 3 characters to the game in an event about ninja, when you have years and years and years and years of Weekly Shonen Jump content full of ninja, I'm not the only one that thought that was a little bit strange, I think. I'm gonna put it down to the fact that there was a lot of shit going on in Japan. There was a lot of, you know, environmental crisis stuff going on, and certain things maybe weren't done in time. Certain things they were trying something new. I don't know, but the end result was things were a little bit smaller, and it's okay. Once in a while, it's okay for things to just be a little bit smaller, and you deal with it. But they obviously do get a lot of backlash on Twitter. And you know, they get emails and stuff like that, so they have to respond, they have to do something, and the way they're going to respond is, I think, November is going to be a big month for Jumputi. So, hope you guys enjoyed this quick news video. I'll see you guys when I'm actually doing my summons. If you want to hear any news that's going to be happening from the live stream and all that stuff, don't forget to follow on Twitter. Don't forget to check us out in Discord. I'm going to cover it all there. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.